Regular physical activity is fun, healthy, and increasingly popular. Exercise is safe for most people. However, as with all exercise programs, please use caution and common sense. We recommend you see a doctor before beginning any physical exertion and to cease activity if you feel pain, nausea, shortness of breath, lightheadedness, or a tingling sensation in your extremities. Please make sure your exercise space is clear, that there's no objects in your way. A good rule of thumb is to have a clear space that allows you to walk forward 4 steps and side to side 4 steps. By participating in this activity, you are participating at your own risk, and the City of Verona shall not be responsible in the event of an injury. Thank you, be safe, and have some fun.
All right, today's class is a floor-based class, so this is appropriate for you if you're able to get down and up from the floor safely. This class is going to be kind of a mix of a yoga and a Pilates, so we're going to focus a lot on our core and our glutes and our hips and even our arms when we're doing some movements. So always take breaks when you need to, bring a water bottle with you. If there's something that seems a little bit challenging and you're not used to it, always just stop, take a break, you can stretch. Okay, so we're going to first start sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to play my music quick. We'll start with some deep breaths. We can add in our arms if we'd like for some side to side. Inhale up, exhale down. So you'll notice Stephanie is modifying if you're having any shoulder limitations, keeping our arms down low. And back to center. Core rotations, opening up our arms as we look over our shoulder. Back to center. Last one. All right, extending our legs in front of us for a forward fold stretch. Inhaling up, we come out over our legs. Hands slide up as we roll back up one vertebrae at a time. Don't forget about your shoulders. Roll those back at the end. One more. All right, we're going to make our way down onto our back for the first exercise, which is called the 100. No, we will not do 100 of them.
That's good.
As always, when we're on the floor, knees are bent, keeping our lower back pressed down into the mat, engaging our core, protects our spine. We're going to bring our legs up if we feel comfortable with that. Hands by our sides, pumping our arms, breathing nice and deep. We're going to keep our head on the mat to protect our neck at all times. If this is a little bit easy for you, you can try to straighten out your legs. If you notice your back arching off of the mat, bring your legs back down. And rest. Bring your legs all the way down. Take a deep breath. The next exercise is a dead bug. So we're going to extend our arms and legs up towards the ceiling or bending our knees. Opposite arm, opposite leg comes out towards the floor, back to center. So we can have our knees bent the entire time, or we can straighten our legs all the way out. You're really going to be challenging your abdominals as you extend out towards the floor. The farther you reach towards the floor, the harder this one will be. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Like Stephanie is showing you, you can just do the legs, keeping the abdominals pulled in at all times. Lots of different ways to modify. Let's move into a bridge pose next. Our knees are bent, our hands are by our sides. We're going to exhale as we lift our hips up off of the mat, squeezing our glutes, slowly lowering back down. You can always modify by going halfway up. To make it harder, you can try to push up a little higher. You can also try to rest one leg out as you bridge with one side. So again, do what works best for you. Think about lowering back down one vertebrae at a time. Last one. Next move is a bicycle. So we have different ways of doing this. Stephanie's going to show modified. We're keeping our arms down, our head down. We're just bicycling our legs, alternating, pumping them out in front of us. The higher your legs are up towards the ceiling, the easier it is. The lower you bring them down towards the floor, the more challenging it is. We're going to go through those movements one more time. When you're ready, back into the 100, lifting our legs off the floor, arms pumping by our sides. Rest. Getting ready for dead bug. Lifting our arms and legs up towards the ceiling. Opposite arm, opposite leg comes out towards the floor. Or you can rest your arms and just do the legs. Rest. Getting ready for bridge, feet shoulder width apart. Hands down by our sides. Exhale as we push our hips up, squeezing our glutes, slowly lower back down. Last one. Going into bicycle. Again, hands by our sides, lower back press down, bicycling or pumping your legs out. towards your chest. Rock side to side. Give yourself a little stretch. And then we're going to roll onto our right side. You can keep our hand under our head if we want for support, or you can rest your head all the way down on your arm on the floor. Starting with our knees bent, engaging our core again as we lift the top knee up, keeping our feet together, back down. So we're working our outer thigh and hip. If you feel yourself rolling backwards, then you're trying to lift too high. Slight lift and lower. You can always take that hand and put it in front of you for support. One more. Extending our legs out straight now. Make sure your hips are stacked on top of each other. Hand is in front for support, lifting and lowering. Lift as high as you feel comfortable, but try to keep your legs straight. We're controlling it on the way down, nice and slow. Good. Pointing our toes now, drawing circles. You really have to engage your core to keep your pelvis from wobbling. Drawing circles in either direction. They can be little circles or big circles. Now reverse the direction. Good, let's bring that leg in front, bend it in front out of the way. Going to our inner thigh leg lifts with the bottom leg. Keeping it straight. Rest. Legs back out straight again. We're going to do toe taps. Taking the top leg, tap it in front, up and over, behind. Again, drawing in our abdominals to keep our pelvis still. Take a break. You can bring that knee in for a little stretch if you need to. We're going to go through that sequence one more time. Bending our knees again, starting with our clamshell. Slight raise of the knee. Second time around, you might get tired a little earlier, so it's fine to take a break and stretch it out if you need to. Let's straighten both legs out and go back into the leg lifts. Nice and straight, up, slow down. One more. Pointing our toes now, drawing those circles. Reverse the direction. Bring that knee in front, out of the way, so we can work our inner thigh leg lifts with the bottom leg. And rest. Legs back out straight for toe taps. Last time. In front, up and over, behind. And stretch it out. Bring that knee in again, stretching out your hip if you need to. All right, we're going to transition into planks next. So we're going to be on our stomachs. So we have different ways of doing planks. We can be up on our toes and our forearms, or we can keep our knees down the whole time. So make sure your forearms are ready to go. We're going to aim for about 30 seconds. You can always stop when you need to, or even just come onto the knees. All right, ready, get set, and begin. Lifting your hips up. We want to be at an angle with our body, so in line. You notice her shoulders are in line with her hips. Nice flat back, she's not sinking. We're not sticking our hips or our butt up in the air. Look at how straight her plank is. You can see the shaking. Great job. 3 seconds left. And stop. Come back down onto your belly. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath. I didn't tell you that we were doing this 3 times, though. A plank is one of the best exercises for our inner core strength. All right, the next time Stephanie is going to show us a modified version on the wall. I will go on my knees. Would you like to still do the rest of it? We're going to make her do the tough stuff today. All right, ready for the second one? Begin. Make sure we're breathing nice and deep the whole time. Try to think of something else. Get your mind off the exercise. You'll notice Stephanie is still at a nice angle on the wall. 10 seconds left. We can do it. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Another thing you can do is always start up on your forearms, and if you get tired, just drop your knees down a little bit halfway through. Third time is a charm, right, ladies?
Woohoo!
Yay! Ready, set, and go. Breathing nice and deep. Keeping your hips down. We're halfway there. If you need to, you can bring the knees down to the mat. Three, 2, 1. Rest. The next exercise is a bird dog we're moving into. We're going to come up on our hands and knees. Good idea. if you have sore knees, you can always put a pillow under your knees or roll up your mat.
How far? Just maybe together.
Our knees are hip width apart. And for me, I have sore wrists sometimes, so I like to stack and go onto my fists. So what we're doing here is we're keeping our core engaged, and we're going to start with lengthening the leg out behind us. Just starting with a leg to practice. The idea is to keep your back steady. So imagine you have a glass of water on your lower back and you don't want to spill. We want to add in our arms. We would take opposite arm out as the leg lengthens behind you. Reaching through your fingers, lengthening through your heel. One more, each side. Good, and now we're going to transition to the other side. Go ahead and stretch if you need to. Get a drink of water.
You better face the camera.
Better
Which
angle.
side are we doing?
So now it'll be your right side.
Oh, this, yeah, got it. Okay.
All right, do the other side you didn't do. Hope we all remember what side.
I know, I was like, I think this is the side, right?
We'll
Yes.
feel it. All right, starting with clamshell. Knees bent, hips stacked, knees stacked. Keeping our feet together as we lift the knee up and down. Make sure we're not swaying back. And place that right hand in front of you for support if you need to. All right, extending our legs out straight for leg lifts. Up, slow down.
Is the toe pointed or?
You can point your toe or you can flex your foot. Or sometimes we point on the way up, flex on the way down. Last one, pointing our toes now, drawing those circles. Make sure we're keeping our hips steady by engaging our core. Reverse the direction. All right, bring that leg in front out of the way to work our lower leg, inner thigh lifts. Again, your leg can be flexed at the foot or it can be pointed. Try a variety and see if you notice any difference. And rest. Straighten your legs back out for toe taps in front, up and over, behind. If your hip hurts at all, you can always put a towel under your hip bone or roll up your mat. let's stretch it out. Bring that knee in towards your chest. All right, ready to start from the top with clamshell. Knees stacked, feet stacked. Lift and lower. Again, you don't have to lift very high to feel that activation happening in the glute and hip area.
Feel the burn.
Oh yeah, we're feeling it now. Second round is always a tough one. Extend our legs out straight for leg lifts. First time you do it, you'll probably be feeling it tomorrow for sure.
So that means lots of water, right?
Lots of water, lots of stretching. But that's okay, it means you worked your muscles and they're gonna get stronger. Point your toes, draw those circles. Reverse the direction. Bring the knee in front out of the way, working our lower leg again with the leg lifts. If it's uncomfortable to hold your head up, you can always put your head down, or sometimes you can put a pillow right under your head too. All right, straighten our legs out. We're on the final stretch with the toe taps in front and behind. All right, let's go on to our back now and stretch out the muscles that we worked on today.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Good
guys.
idea.
Let's bring our knees in towards our chest again. We can do a little rock side to side. This is the most fun part of class. All right, let's keep our left knee in and straighten out our right. We're gonna take the right hand and guide that left knee across our body slightly. You'll feel a stretch in your hip area. And release the left leg down, bring the right knee in towards your chest. Left hand guides it across your body. That stretches just the right spot. Bending our knees. We'll cross our left leg at the ankle and we can just hold that hip open, or we can take our hands under our right thigh, lifting up farther. And release. Switch to the other side. onto our side. You can pause there if you need to. So when you're ready, we're going to make our way up to a seated position. How are we feeling?
Good.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you had a good workout. Don't forget your water.
Don't forget your water, that's right.